Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Joined with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Joseph.
Yellow.
And Jehu. I don't think quite finishing up Halloween Horror for Cowards. I think we're going to try to do one more.
And as usual, as
we'll be
late. Yeah,
that's
past Halloween.
Hashtag Real Phonies. Well, I mean, we'll watch. I'm going to watch that movie before Halloween.
Right. Yeah.
We won't record it before Halloween. And it certainly won't be released before Halloween. But for now, we're talking about one of our recommendations that Zach made, right?
Correct.
We're talking about The Babysitter.
Correct.
On Netflix, which has got Samara Weaving and Robbie Amell.
Yep.
And those are the only people I remember being in it, and I watched it today.
I mean, I don't know that the rest of them are big name people. It's got, not Dan Marino, it's the other one.
Ken Marino.
Ken Marino
playing that one character that he plays.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because just because that character in Party Down, canonically has a giant penis, I always assume all of his characters have a giant penis.
Yeah.
And it's also the reporter that Tony Stark banged in Iron Man 1 that's now a mom.
Oh, yeah. God, I can't remember her name. Yeah, they're in it, too.
Yep.
I was aware that there was an actress named Bella Thorne, and now I've seen what she looks like.
Okay.
The plot of this movie is that a young 12-year-old boy is, like most 12-year-old boy characters, dorky and a loner, and nobody likes him, and he still has a babysitter, unlike all the other 12-year-olds whose parents let them stay home alone. When he finds out that she's trying to complete a satanic ritual and requires his blood, and he must survive the night. Before I get in, how many years is Robbie Amell going to get to play high schoolers? Because I feel like...
So, this is the first time I knew that Robbie Amell was a person.
You didn't know that?
No.
Because this dude's been playing like a high school football star since like Not Another Teen movie. Like, he's fucking been around.
Right.
Was he really in Not Another Teen
I don't know if he was. Shit.
I believe you.
I wouldn't bet against it.
Yeah. So I don't know if conceit of this movie, but kind of the bit of this movie is, it's playing on a lot of existing slasher tropes. Like the teenage characters are supposed to be like the standard teenage archetypes for a horror slasher film. And kind of in the style of most movies from the 80s, all the teenagers are in their 30s or later.
Right.
Yes.
I feel like that's appropriate.
This is a great transition. I really like this because of that. I thought it was really fun to reverse it instead of it being like the 5 tropes of people trying to survive the night. It's the 5 tropes, spoiler alert, being the killers.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really fun bit.
I don't think it's a big spoiler because it's in the trailer.
You fucking know what it is. But
I mean, I hadn't watched the trailer, so there was at least an element of surprise to it to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't completely blown away by... I sensed that the group was evil, but at least one of the characters I didn't know was going to be evil.
Yeah. This movie directed by Mick G.
Mick G.
I didn't even know that guy was still around.
I didn't know either. I was just trying to be like, what? Why do I know the name? Like, besides
Terminator
the fact that it's a great name, Mick G. Yeah.
And the Charlie's Angels movies.
Yep. He made that very underwhelming movie with Chris Pine and Tom Hardy and Reese Witherspoon, I think. This Means War.
Oh shit! Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now.
I remember it. Yeah. I like this movie. I'm gonna say better than Transformers.
Last week I was complaining. All horror movies these days are trying too hard to be smart, too hard to make a point. There weren't enough sexy teens being killed, and it's like this movie was delivered to me.
That's exactly what you asked for.
Now I do feel like this movie is 100% for 12-year-olds.
Oh, it's a dumb movie.
And is it bad to have a movie that's this violent marketed to 12-year-olds? I say no.
No.
But, I mean, that might be a generational thing for me. All rated R movies were, marketed at 12-year-olds when I was a kid. Is it wrong to have a movie this horny marketed at 12-year-olds? I would still also say no, because
They're going to start masturbating anyway, right?
I mean, my feeling is, who is hornier than 12, 13, and 14-year-olds? At least this is a way to maybe steer them away from stepmom porn.
Yeah.
I think we need more things like this. More lightly titillated things to keep the kids away from the stepmom porn.
Keep them in the right age range.
Yeah. Actually, I want to go to the point you just made, which is I actually really liked that this movie felt like it was marketed for a middle schooler.
Yeah, no, totally.
I thought it was like, this is a really fun introduction to like a modern introduction into like classic slasher movies.
Right.
Like,
right.
It is very much like you know, okay, watch this because it'll appeal to you and your generation,
right?
And then fucking go watch Friday the 13th,
right?
Like it felt like a gateway drug, if
right.
you will, into that, and I thought it was fun.
I also, when they do, you know, in the early in the movie, because you know, we probably haven't told the basic conceit of this, that the kid is kind of in love with the babysitter, and when you first meet her, she seems like the coolest girl on earth. And there's a point where, you know, before the turn has happened, that he asks her questions about building a sci-fi team. And I was really worried at this point. I was like, oh, this shit's going to get weed-kneed because everything's going to be like, we're going to, you know, characters are going to say, this is just like this or just like that. And there was a little of that. There was the Carrie reference and stuff. But for the most part, it didn't really delve too far into that shit. And I liked that. It was just a straight slasher film.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. It spends a lot of time referencing other shit in this movie.
A lot of references.
A lot of references in this movie.
Maybe I missed them.
Also, I was trying to figure out, like, do kids these days, or even people Samara Weaving's age, are they really into, like, Alien and Terminator? Or is that shit past?
Here's what I noticed about both of their lists. No Star Wars on either of them.
Yep.
Seems a little suspect. Makes me think that maybe McGee got passed over for something.
Yeah.
No Terminator on either list, too. Maybe that was a bad experience for... I mean, like, how did both of them not put Sarah Connor on?
Yeah.
I will say, I will talk about it a little bit more. They do reference Terminator in the second one.
Oh, they do?
Oh, do they? Yeah, I didn't watch the second one.
It's not good.
You recommended not to. So it's a step down.
It is a substantial step down.
Yeah. What did you think?
Look, I also just think it's fun. I think I was trying to figure out...
Great length.
Yes.
One of the
like 80 minutes.
favorite length for a movie, particularly a slasher movie.
I mean, all the things we've watched have been somewhere between 90 and 2 hours, which is, again, perfect. I mean, there's like nothing to this movie. There's not a lot of substance. I think, you know, the gags are pretty good. You talk about it being too violent for kiddos, you know, whether it is or not.
Right.
It's so goofy, you know,
right,
like, it's so like over the top and silly.
That is true.
I can't imagine it being traumatizing, though. I'm sure there is an age where it would be. Yeah, I don't know. It's just fun, goofy, dumb time.
Yeah, I feel like it's dumb, but it's well made and exactly what it intends to be.
Yeah. My kind of hot take coming away from it. By the way, I don't think there's any fucking spoiler warning for this.
Sure.
I mean, we already told the twist.
It. But that I kind of walked away. I mean, if you had told me that this would have been like a scary movie reboot, I would have bought in on it because there is a lot of references.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of jokes.
Right.
And they hit, and it's very archetypal. Like. I kind of was like, this is what the Scary Movie franchise should have been.
Yeah.
See, to me, it reminded me more of Scream than Scary Movie, in that it functioned as a good scary movie as well.
Yeah, it plays it straight rather than straight comedy. But I don't know, the whole shot in the tit joke, very
scary movie, for sure.
Well, I mean, in general, I think all of the teenage archetypes were a little over the top, but they were all very good at it. She really plays up the being upset about being shot in the tit. A lot. Like, there's a lot. Just when, like, in every slasher movie, a killer who you think is dead has to come back, and she comes back just for the tit jokes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
I like that they go back to it.
I do too. Because you do kind of forget about it.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. And again, that's a really good scene, I think, to kind of show what this movie captures so well. Because you come into it, you're like, well, she's not dead.
Right.
And so then it's, you know, he turns around and she's gone. And so you're like, it is playing, it's hitting the beats correctly.
Right.
But then for it to go right back to this shot in the tit joke was like, okay, like we're hitting the beats, but we're also making a joke about it.
Right.
And that's like such an intersection of what I love. You talk about like Scream, like to make fun of or to do the thing and make a dialogue about the thing while also doing a good job with it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't really have a lot to say.
Let me ask you this. When you realized, that all the kills were set up in the first half of the movie before the twist, how bummed were you that Mad Men wasn't one of the kills? Because I was trying my best to figure out how will Mad Men be a kill.
Yeah.
And the only thing I could think of was the time the one guy got his foot ran over by the lawnmower in Mad Men.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Come on. There's a part where a guy gets run. They're demonstrating a lawnmower in the office, and the skinny blonde guy? He gets his foot ran over by the lawnmower, and I thought that's how the kill was going.
That would have been good.
I do feel like that's very key to any good horror movie is like setting the scene appropriately so that all of the things that you're using in the later acts make they're satisfying when they come around as opposed to just being random.
I think my favorite of the kills was the killing the Asian girl when she yells, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Like at that point, of course the violence is comedy at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mentioned Robbie Abel earlier. He was good in this.
See,
I'm not talking shit on him. Yeah. I'm just asking how long he's going to get away with that part.
I was about to say, because I was unfamiliar with his existence until now. And he's Stephen Amell's cousin, the Green Arrow guy.
Yes.
And look, I don't know what Stephen Amell is capable of. I've only seen enough clips of Green Arrow, or just Arrow, whatever the fuck it is, to know that I don't want to watch that show, but I feel like Robbie Amell's got the same number of abs. He could probably do all the same roles and be funnier.
I agree. He was the most psychotic of this characters, but also kind of the most likable.
Oh, absolutely the most likable.
You almost know to watch Upload.
No.
Which is his Greg Daniels show on Amazon.
Right.
It's fucking good.
Yeah.
It is really good.
They just put out a new season of that, I think,
that guy he's really funny. He's got good, comedic chops, and he's almost too on the nose sometimes, I think, in this movie. But, he delivers it in such a convincing fashion.
Yeah.
Like, the dialogue is too, just direct, but he delivers it in such a good fashion. He's like, oh, I'm not here for any of that. I'm here just because I like it.
Yeah.
You buy it. You're like, okay, it's a little cheesy, but you got it. Because, he's got a lot of abs.
He's got a lot of abs. I love that he's, just straddling the fence between trying to murder you but also being, your cool big brother.
Right, no, totally.
It's like respect,
Yeah.
No, I dug that.
Also, the scene with the bully at night is also very good. Where you think the bully's going to team up for a second.
Just to egg him. Yeah, it is good. I want to ask, because you can just spoil it for me, and if people don't want to be spoiled, whatever, but I'm assuming the second one, is there a little bit of a supernatural element to it? Because there's a lot of teasing that this is legitimate. That you can make some soul contract with the devil, but you don't really see anything of that.
I mean, yes is the answer. There's just a lot of shit that happens. There's a lot of summoning people, a lot of people dying and being brought back to life. And a lot of effects that are, I think, better on your iPhone than they were in this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had said that she pretends she's the coolest girl. She is the coolest girl in the world. That's what her deal is.
Right.
Yeah. She gets to be fucking cool.
Right. That's true. That's what she...
And that's a hell of a contract.
It is, totally.
I'll sell my soul to just be fucking dope.
Right. Also, little creepy, but I also like at the end, she seems genuine. That's hey, I want to run away with you, child.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
I did have some fears that the little teenage romance was going to cross a few uncomfortable lines, but I think they keep it in check pretty well.
Yeah. Also, I this is harder for me to remember because, again, I've seen two of them. In the second one, testosterone has done more work than it did in the first one. But I realized midway through this movie that the main kid's face is exactly the same face as Haley Steinfeld.
That is strange.
I dare you to go back and watch it with that in mind.
Dude, don't ruin Haley Steinfeld for me, bro. That is weird.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember some Audie's YA movie called, I think it was called I Love You, Beth Cooper?
Yeah.
This reminded me of that better, but just in that the kid just keeps getting taken apart and messier as the movie goes on, and I remember that was a thing from that movie.
Yeah. I don't have anything.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
I think if I was gonna sell this to someone in 3 words, I'd go with horny horror Home Alone.
Yeah,
that's a really
that's
good
very
one.
good.
Yeah,
that should actually be the tagline for this movie.
Yeah, that is really good. Like I said, I mean, the things I most like about it is that I think there are better kid Home Alone slasher movies,
right?
But this is, again, the perfect gateway drug into that.
Right.
It's a fun package. It's not scary.
No.
There's a lot of great jokes in it. And I think if you were unfamiliar with the genre, it's a good intro.
I'll tell you how unscary it was. I didn't turn down the volume once in this movie.
I just turned it up.
If I was when I was this kid's age, this was exactly the kind of movie I wished for.
Yeah.
So I could pretend like I can hang.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, we watched Halloween." You're like, "Oh, I watched The Babysitter."
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, Babysitter on Netflix.
Don't watch the second one.
Better than Transformers. The Babysitter 2 on Netflix. Also directed by McG. Substantially worse.
Well, I read a wee bit of trivia on this, and apparently the screenplay was one of those that had like sat in a drawer for a long time.
Yeah, so it's written by not McG. The second one is, I think, all written by McG, which
it
seems
was like
bad.
on one of those lists of the best 200 unproduced scripts, and they made it. So of course, when they tried to make a sequel, they didn't live up to that.
I did not know that. That is interesting. So the first one was on the blacklist,
right,
for a long time. Gotcha.
Makes sense. But yeah. Better than Transformers. Check it out. If you're still looking for... I know we're running out of spooky time here, but theoretically you could watch them any other time of the year, but we don't.
Well, I feel like Halloween comes too early anyway, because it really comes right when daylight savings just kicks in, and you have that extra couple of hours of nighttime. Basically I'm saying it starts at the beginning of creepy when it's you should it should go wait a little further into creepy. That's my opinion.
I think the reason that we have all the fun holidays in the middle of winter is because we're tired of it by then, and we need happy. And I think Halloween is the right time because you're like, oh, this is still novel.
Yeah,
and it's fun.
Yeah. I love the word novel.
Yeah,
it's great.
Well, good. Well, that's it for The Babysitter. What have we been watching the last...
No emails?
Actually, we did get an email. Though we might have missed it. Well,
I would complain about you not being good at this, but I don't want to be put in charge of it. So you're
Hashtag real phonies.
We got an email from our pal Susie on a horror comedy suggestion. Said,
oh yeah,
they saw the Blackening over the summer. She's not excited about it. It was really funny and not very scary. If I'm not mistaken, it also takes place in an Airbnb. Worth a watch. It's about friends getting together to celebrate Juneteenth, which is why it came out in the summer. And Susie, I want you to know we had real intentions to make this a double feature with that this week, but it's not on streaming anyway. Well, it's not true. It's on Stars, but nobody has Stars.
Again, the rule is we not pay for anything.
We're not
extra.
paying for anything.
I may still accidentally have Stars. No, I still accidentally have Showtime. I've never turned it off from when I was watching George and Tammy.
I can't tell if that's worse or better. I'm going to say better.
Well, I turned it on just to watch George and Tammy, and literally today I was like, hey, I still have Showtime.
Yeah, everything on Paramount Plus is unlocked for you. Yeah. Okay.
Fair. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for the
Thanks,
email.
Susie.
Thanks, Susie. We will when it comes out on streaming. We'll absolutely watch it.
But my turn.
Yes, Christian. What do you got?
So I watched. Do you guys? This is on Halloween Horror for Cowards topic. Do you guys watch the Conjuring movies?
Yeah, I watched them recently. I
thought you did. Yeah. So the third one is The Conjuring 3 Devil Made Me Do It, right?
Right. The third one is not the third one chronologically, I believe.
The third one, I'm just trying to remember. It's the one where the guy commits murder, but he says he was possessed the whole time, and he goes on trial. Is that the third one?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay, I just know that it's 1, 2, and then 5 is the third one chronologically.
I'm not talking about like all the Annabelles or anything. Just
no, I'm saying with.
I thought you watched the Insidious, the Red Door. Insidious is.
Oh, I'm talking about Insidious. Yeah, no, I've never watched any Conjuring. Never mind. I got all shitty about that too. I was snotty. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so I like the Conjuring movies.
Okay,
I've watched them all.
Okay,
I think they're probably... I would put them on like a level of like... what's the fucking Airbnb one we did last week?
Barbarian?
Barbarian. I put them like that. Like Babysitter, Halloween Horror for Cowards.
Right.
Barbarian, maybe a step up.
Right.
Conjuring, if it depends on how uncomfortable you are with exorcism movies. Right. This is going to take a minute because
good.
I got to explain the thing before I talk about the thing. So the third Conjuring movie, I'm pretty sure it's called Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It, which is about... Again, Conjuring movies is about Ed and Lorraine Warren, a real-life couple. Questions about how legitimate what they did was, but supposed demonologist and psychic married couple. But in Connecticut, in, I think, like 1980, 1981, somewhere around that, little boy gets possessed. Ed and Lorraine come and say, hey, we got to exorcise this kid. And while they're doing the exorcism, the little boy's older sister's boyfriend is like, if you're so strong, demon, come in me. And Ed's like, what the fuck did you do?
Right.
And nothing happens. It's all over. And then like 6 months later, that dude murders a guy and claims, I have no memory of this. I didn't know it happened. It must be the demon that lives in me. And Ed and Lorraine basically go to his defense. It's a true story. This really happened. Well, the murder happened.
Right.
And the exorcism occurred. Whether any of that was legitimate, you don't know.
Right.
There's a new documentary on Netflix called The Devil on Trial, which is about these people.
Uh-huh.
So the people they interview is the little boy who was possessed, his 2 older brothers, and the guy who committed the murder, who ended up just getting convicted of manslaughter, did 6 years. Him and the sister ended up actually like getting married and blah, 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 blah. So the reason why I want to talk about it is because it's just like an hour long, and it's a fucking blast, especially if you're like into kind of that paranormal demonology stuff, and if you like The Conjuring. It doesn't really address the movie adaptation, but it does talk about the Warrens. And what I want to talk about specifically is it takes 2 harsh fucking left turns in it. So the kid...
The documentary does?
Yes.
Okay.
So the kid, which... I don't think y'all will watch it, so I'm going to spoil it for you. But spoilers, if you do want to watch it, you should really just stop and just watch it. Is that it starts off, it's one brother, the guy who committed the murder, and the kid who was possessed. And they're just talking the whole time, talking straight away. They believe it. The kid's like, at 12 years old, I was possessed by the fucking devil. And the guy who's like, I have no memory of murdering my landlord. He's like, we were at lunch, I forget, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, about 40 minutes into it, the other brother shows up and is like, it's all fucking bullshit. They're all liars.
Yeah.
He's like, one night my brother was talking crazy shit. My dad walked up, slapped him across the face and said, sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
And he's like, the devil sure shut the fuck up then. Like, it goes like, it takes a hard left turn that one of the brothers calls it all fake. And then with about 7 minutes left, you find out the mom was drugging them all the whole fucking time.
Oh,
She
no shit.
was like grounding up sleeping pills and putting it in their food. And so like anytime they'd eat like spaghetti and they'd be like, Mom, you want seconds? She'd be like, no thanks. She always had a separate bowl of food. She never gave herself the shit. Like, it's just nuts that it's like, oh, it's real. Nope, they're all liars. Truth is, our mom was fucking poisoning us the whole time. It was a blast.
That sounds like a blast.
It was really, it is begin because you kind of get like, if you into that stuff, you get it that it's legitimate. If you're a doubter, you get like it's a doubter. And then if you just like a crazy fucking family story, you get that too. I'm in on all 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say better than Transformers. If you got an hour and 10 minutes or whatever, it's worth it. It's fun.
That sounds pretty fun. You reminded me of 2 other, one's a horror, one's kind of a thriller movies that are falsehoods, but this is a documentary.
Yeah. The fourth kind.
Yeah, I do love The Fourth Kind. You know that about me.
Fucking scary, dude.
But as far as because you said The Conjuring 3 is like the trial
3.
one.
Yeah.
Another great trial horror movie is The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know, of course, I love that one.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
that's probably the best exorcism movie. Like
it's very good.
It's very good.
Yeah, but you've also reminded me of this is one that I didn't know about until like I heard it from somebody. I was like, this sounds like too crazy of a movie for me not to have heard of. The movie Frailty with Bill Paxton.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that.
Where Bill Paxton is just a normal guy. He's got 2 sons. I think he's a single dad. And then one day he comes home and says, God has spoken to me and said there are demons in the world and I am to kill the demons in the world. And they're going to look like regular people, but they're demons because God told me. And you guys are going to help me.
Oh, fuck.
And you spend the whole time being like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is this shit real? Is like, and this, you know, you're with the sons who are like, one of them's a little older and a little more skeptical, and one of them's like super on board. Like, okay, Dad, God said it. It's a crazy fucking movie.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Frailty is a good time.
I want to say Raimi's involved with that somehow.
I don't know.
I think he's like a producer.
That sounds
or something.
Raimi-esque.
Yeah.
It did. I did watch. I kind of teased it last week. I watched *Malignant*. I'm not going to talk about that one, but I watched another horror movie called *Deliver Us from Evil*, made by Scott Derrickson, who made *Exorcism of Emily Rose*. And while that one's like a courtroom drama, this one's like a cop procedural, which is like, God, who's the fucking cast in it?
Okay, I can look it up. Eric Bana.
Eric Bana's the cop.
I love Eric Bana.
And then what's the other guy? The guy who plays the priest. He was in Zero Dark 30s, and it's that dude.
Edgar Ramirez.
Edgar Ramirez plays the
and
priest.
Olivia Munn.
Dude, they like it's like he has to investigate, this crime, and he teams up with. And again, it's like a cop procedural that's also about an exorcism. Also pretty fucking good.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Deliver Us from Evil.
All right,
it's on Netflix. Cool. Scott Derrickson, I know there's mixed feelings. I like the guy, but he's got 2 really good exorcism movies that I enjoy both of them.
Yeah. Look at us with all these horror recommendations.
It's October,
Who are
bro.
we?
Yeah. That's it. I talked a lot.
Do you guys remember that at the end of 8 Mile, Eminem just goes back to work?
I don't remember that. Did you watch 8 Mile?
Well, I tell you what, this is not the main thing I want to talk about. I just wanted to mention it because it's fresh on my mind. Last night, me and Sarah were discussing whether or not Eminem was my age or her age. And I looked up, Eminem's actually older than me.
Whoa.
But
he's got like a 20-something-year-old daughter.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But in looking at it, I noticed that fucking Michael Shannon's in 8 Mile.
I don't remember that at all.
Michael Shannon is the guy his age who's fucking his mom.
Oh, shit.
So
that's a good role for Michael Shannon.
We immediately had to watch 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good movie.
Yeah,
Better than Transformers.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon does look younger in this, but still looks 45.
Yeah.
I don't really think that... I know that Detroit is that's supposed to be pretty rough, but I don't think the inside of every fucking building looks like Saw.
Yeah,
but that's what this is. But yeah, spoiler alerts for this movie that came out 21 years ago. He wins the rap battle and then just goes back to work.
That's fine.
That's the end. That's the end of the movie.
I mean, there's no promise of a career after the rap battle. I don't think.
Brittany Murphy, someone who I'm a big fan of, though, watching that movie, man, it's not a big surprise she died of drugs.
Hashtag R.I.P.
Yeah, I know. I love Luann, I love Brittany Murphy, but she looks cracked out in that movie. What's the? I can't think of his name.
Sam Wilson.
No, the guy. Well, he's in it. The guy from ER, who's not Eric Foreman from House. Pfeiffer. Anyways, his wig worse than Transformers. Everything else about this movie better than Transformers.
I will say, one of the things you can't appreciate about 8 Mile is what it was like to be in a public school when Lose Yourself came out, because it just changed everything.
I was playing Little League Baseball, and of course that's let's get our fucking
100%.
Let's get pumped up, and of course the other team you're playing also listening to Lose Yourself.
It was a powerful time for white people.
Okay. That wasn't the thing I want to talk about. This is the thing I want to talk about.
He had to put his phone out
so
for it.
I have told, because this has such a stupid title, I had to make sure what there was. So I think I've told you about this before, that Sarah has this habit of on weekend days, she decides she wants to watch some kind of artsy horror movie. She always wants to do this on weekend days. I don't know why. And it's always awful. This is how I ended up watching Mother with an exclamation point. So this time she wanted to watch.
No, I'm just imagining. I can't remember if it won anything, but I know it was nominated for at least one Oscar. But I wish when they were reading out the nominees, they said, and
Mother with an exclamation point.
Jennifer Lawrence in Mother with an exclamation point.
I'm pretty sure that's my least favorite movie I've ever watched.
Or they were just reading them out, and then they get to Mother.
So I don't even know who she'd heard about this from, but it's a documentary about extreme horror haunts, where you go to a haunted house for adults and they beat the shit out of you. So this one is called.
Is that like a sex thing?
Definitely there's a sex component to this one.
Yeah.
This one's called Monster Inside, America's Most Extreme Haunted House.
Yeah, that sounds like a sex thing.
And it's about these people who go to this guy who is famous for having the most extreme haunted house. He has this fucking 80-page waiver you have to sign before you go into it. And I just hated this.
She's going to talk you into going one day.
She was kind of... When we were watching it, beforehand, during it, she's like, these are the dumbest people on earth. These are just all fame-craving whores, And by the end of it, she was like, I don't buy any of this. I want to go see it for true. I was like, no, that guy, this is his fetish, is almost killing people.
Yeah.
And someday he's going to kill one of them.
Yeah.
But, don't watch this. Worse than Transformers.
Okay.
It's not good. The main thing that I think was the most interesting thing about watching this is the first girl you meet. First of all, going into this, when the titles were going, me and Sarah were both like, well, this is some white nonsense. There's not going to be any black people in this. And then the first girl's a black girl. But I was fascinated by her because they went to so much trouble to make all the rooms look dingy and Saw-esque, but nobody would ever straighten any of this girl's shit. She wore glasses. They were always on crooked. She had a fucking septum ring that was always cocked to one side. Somebody help this girl out. She's on camera. Yeah. But, this was a shitty movie about a shitty person, and maybe watch the sequel when he goes to jail.
Okay. The documentary.
Yeah.
I was going to say, speaking of intellectual horror movies that are probably shitty, one of the ones that we should probably watch at some point is Men. Because Alex Garland's most recent thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because even though it's reviewed, we're not good. We're all very in the pocket for Alex Garland shit. It feels like
the only one I haven't seen.
It feels like something we should do.
Yeah. I'm upset we didn't.
Yeah.
It's typically our thing.
Well, look, I suggested it at the time. Anyway, Bert, do you have anything else?
I don't know.
Okay, that was it.
That was it.
I'm sorry that was the only thing you watched this week.
It's the only thing worth talking about.
Okay, fair enough. I, in kind of unusual fashion for me, went to go see a 3.5-hour movie this week.
You went and saw Killers of the Flower Moon?
I went and saw Killers of the Flower Moon.
I want so bad to go see that, but I just can't fathom having that time.
I'm sure.
And I'm a fucking lazy hermit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have the most time on Earth.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Just, do we think we're going to do an episode on it? Do we think you guys are going to see it while it's in theaters?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I still want to see it, but if you want to talk about it lightly...
I will talk about it lightly.
Okay.
I will say it's 3.5 hours long, which is abominable.
Right.
It's not justifiable. That said, having watched it, I don't really think you would cut more than 30 minutes out of the movie.
That's a substantial amount of time.
I mean, it is, but like I'm almost never in favor of a 3-hour movie, and I think most of the runtime is justified.
Right.
For the amount of content they drag you through. I don't know. It's a crazy fucked up story that that really happened.
Yes.
I don't know that I think everybody's good in it. I think it's well made. Again, is Leo DiCaprio a good actor, or does he just furrow his brow a lot? I don't know. It's the two guys who've made it famous as being great actors for just making one face against each other for most of the movie. Leo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And, it's good. I think the girl who plays the wife, Molly, is very good. She's got a very, like, Mona Lisa thing going on with her face where it's like, she's always, like, trying to hide her feelings, but you can always kind of see.
Right. Lily Gladstone.
Good pull. Anyway, I would say it's better than Transformers. It's not worth 3.5 hours, but it's worth most of it.
Do you feel like I'm losing any of it by waiting till it's just on
No,
Netflix?
I mean, I don't think I watched it in IMAX because I can, but I don't think I needed to. I will say something about the crowd going to a 4-hour IMAX movie that will take them into the middle of the night. Everyone sat really close together. Everyone wanted that, like, middle, right. Like... And so I was expecting... Because there were only, like, I don't know, maybe, like, 30 people in IMAX. But we were all, like, shoulder to shoulder for no reason. I fucking hated it, but it was fine.
That's terrible.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
Did you read any of the press on this movie?
No.
You read the thing? There was a pretty funny thing about apparently Leo wanted to ad-lib on set.
Oh, I have seen this.
And De Niro and Scorsese were both like, come on, bro, this is already going to be 3.5 hours.
Yeah. I mean, in DiCaprio's defense, Scorsese could have cut any of it, but he just chose not to cut anything.
Right.
The fall anime season has kind of just started. We're like a month in, so I don't feel good about tendering a lot of recommendation. Obviously, Jujutsu Kaisen still slaps. Will always slap. May it slap forever. The only one that I will pitch, and this is specifically for Christian Jones, there is an anime called Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I don't know if you've heard anything about it.
Mm-mm.
So there's a very common trope, and I've always said it's from like Dragon Quest, but I have no fucking clue why I say that. But like fantasy anime is like, sword shields kind of thing. There's a demon lord. The demon lord has 4 generals. The hero has a magical destiny. He finds a party. He fights the demon lords. He fights, whatever. He fights the generals, fights the demon lord. They win. Whatever. There's a million shows that are variations on this. None of them are like play it straight, which is funny to me. Like there's no original story, but there's a million stories that like do some kind of twist on that. The fun thing about this show is it literally starts like the first scene is them like riding back to town after defeating the demon lord. Oh. Yeah, and I'll say the other thing that I like about it, and I think you would like about it specifically, is it plays on a D&D thing that I think is fun, that I think Critical Role is kind of playing on right now, but I just think is an interesting thing to explore, which is that it's a world with a bunch of races, and these races have very different lifespans. Mm-hmm. And the main character of our story is Frieren, and she is an elf. And in this world, elves seem to live like fucking forever. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But she's in a party with like 2 humans and a dwarf, or 3 humans and a dwarf. I can't remember.
And they ain't making it as long.
Yeah, but like you see the world from her perspective, and just like years are like fucking weeks, know. And so it's just her life and her kind of like relationship with these much more mortal creatures around her, and it's a very like again it's not post-apocalyptic, that's not the right word, but it's like they've just saved the world, so it's just kind of this world that's kind of been destroyed but kind of like rebuilding itself, and it's just like a really like it's kind of a slow-paced slice of life, but also pretty heavy fantasy. Fun magic-y
sounds
things.
Good.
It's like super Christian jokes.
Yeah, sounds right up my alley.
So I'm only 3 episodes in because my wife keeps falling asleep when we try to watch it. But
what's it on?
Crunchyroll.
Okay.
But maybe it's on something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, better than Transformers.
Cool. Is that it?
I think that's it. And then, what are you going to say?
Well, it's not important, but a quasi sequel to my Karen Carpenter rant last week, which is at the very end, and Joseph made fun of me when I talked about Mike Portnoy in Dream Theater. Mike Portnoy's coming back to Dream Theater.
The first thing I was going to say when we cut is I couldn't believe you hadn't gloated about that guy rejoining No Girls Allowed.
I gotta admit, kind of knew a little bit.
Right.
Mike and John and Jordan Rudess had been playing a lot in the last year. And I just feel like you don't go on tour with half of Dream Theater and think, I should go on tour with the other half of Dream Theater.
Right.
But it's just funny. I hadn't talked about Dream Theater with that guy in a while, and then fucking 7 days later, they're all back together.
Called her right up.
And I can't wait. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was so excited. I shed a single tear.
I mean, that's more emotional than many tears, honestly.
Yeah. Just one tear. I was like, God, it's special.
It's very manly.
Yeah.
About Dream Theater.
Listen, I heard As I Am. Okay, fucking, we can cut this, but back before, like, your phone was listening to you all the time, like, early days of YouTube, right? I'm watching and I get an ad that is a Zildjian cymbal commercial, which, again, I'm a drummer, so I get a and the backtrack was As I Am by Dream Theater. That's just the most targeted ad. I've never experienced anything like that ever since. Yeah, fuck it. It's awesome. Happy for them.
That's a great idea for an ad, though. They could definitely do that now.
Yeah.
Probably cost money. I don't know. But cool. Congratulations, Christian. We're all very happy for you.
Yep.
So I think next week we said we're going to maybe do Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, we're doing it. I'm watching it. Not tonight. I'm going to watch it this weekend.
I'm lobbying for Five Nights at Freddy's and Wally's Wonderland.
That would be fun if we could find Wally's Wonderland.
I'm sure it's somewhere. We can we've all seen it. I just don't know how much we remember.
Right. You've seen it, right?
That's the Nick Cage movie, right?
Yeah.
I would love to do both.
You know, our former coworker Candace.
I do know that she's in it. Yes.
I don't believe you because I have seen it, but I didn't see her. But it's fine.
I need to rewatch it. I've only watched it once. And
she has an IMDb page before of it, and their IMDb picture is the silhouette of her from this movie.
Oh, fair enough. I should look that up. But yeah, that's it for this week. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Please rate, subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast. If you want to get in touch with us and tell us your thoughts on The Babysitter or The Babysitter 2, which hopefully you didn't watch after we talked about it last week, you can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies, on Instagram at real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans for art and Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys later.
Later.